If following the heart can lead you home, can a podcast interview with a poet be a poem? What is poetry? To be or not to be, the Tao Te Ching, Rumi, a haiku, a rap song, a sonnet, a limerick. But can a poem be more than simply letters and words? As cells of chlorophyll die in autumn, a leaf beautifully bleeds out the brightest colors of its life, just moments before descending to its certain death. If a leaf falls, but no one writes about it, was its final waltz with the winds still not a poem? They say poetry is life in motion, hips swaying to the rhythms and melodies, the percussions of a bird's calls and the vibrations of a puddle reflecting the sun. It is not the pen nor the human eye that makes life poetic, unrestrained by the limits of language. Life is poetry. Poetry is life. To become a poem, must an experience be described in words? And if no words are necessary, can a podcast interview with a poet be a poem? The gravity of a poem recited by Mojgani. Over and over again, I find myself falling in love to the cadence of his voice pulling on my heartstrings. The gravity of the basketball handled by Curry, crossing over, defenders falling, Steph pulling up to drain the game-winning three. The gravity of the moon, the rhythmic rising and falling of ocean tides, the pulling of water by the lunar gravitational force. Soul force. The relationship between the universe and the galaxy, the interdependence of you and I, the exchange of earth, each other, and energy, the flow of the poet's pen, the freestyle flow, the river's flow, the menstrual flow, the give and go, all is one. One flow, one poem, one with the ball and one with the mic. Lose ego, find self, meditate, discover the light. I'm uncertain what came first, the chicken or the egg, the poem or the spoken word. Perhaps simply, it was life. If we are greater than the sum of our parts, then perhaps a poem is greater than the sum of its words, a podcast greater than the sum of its hosts, guests, and listeners. And yet, we are, and there is nothing greater than we. I am but one, we are one, and together there is nothing greater than who we are. We are the Soul Force Ones. So you down with OPP? Yeah, you know we. And this is episode 17, titled Original Prose and Poetry, with Oregon Poet Laureate and two-time National Poetry Slam champion Mojgani. Can a podcast interview with a poet be poetry?